The steak was tough, rubbery even, but I pushed through another bite without complaint. Mom had slaved over this spread for hours. Roasted potatoes, green beans almondine. The works for our monthly family dinner in the cozy suburbs of Chicago. Complaining about the food would have been like tossing a match into a room full of gas fumes. The tension was already thick, swirling around the dining table like smoke. My older sister, Sophia, was on her third martini, her laughter sharp and echoing as she waved her hands, describing her latest triumph. The IPO roadshow kicked off last week. And let me tell you, the buzz is insane, she said, her voice climbing with excitement. We're valuing at $750 million minimum. Could hit a cool billion if the markets stay hot. JP Morgan's leading the charge. And Credit Suisse is dying to get a bigger piece. This is legacy stuff.
Guys,
Careers are made on deals like this. Dad beamed from his end of the table. His face lit up like it was Christmas morning. We're bursting with pride.
Soph.
You've earned every bit of it. Richard Hale had always doted on Sophia, his firstborn, the one who'd checked every box. Ivy League degree from Columbia, stints at top consulting firms, then launching her own AI-driven health tech startup that exploded in the VC scene. She was the golden child, the one who'd made it big. It's amazing. Sophia, I said,
Meaning it.
you've poured your soul into this. She swiveled toward me. And there it was, that flicker in her eyes. A mix of pity and superiority that made my stomach twist. Thanks, Emma. I appreciate the cheerleading, even if you probably get about 5% of what I'm saying. I swallowed a sip of iced tea and stayed silent. Sophia, play nice, Mom chimed in, but her smile betrayed her. Karen Hale's reprimands were always selective. This one felt like theater. Not genuine. I'm not being mean.
Mom.
Just keeping it real. Sophia topped off her glass, a splash hitting the linen tablecloth. Emma's got her little side gig, selling those vintage clothes or handmade soaps online. It's adorable. A nice pastime. But it's not exactly scaling a unicorn startup that's revolutionizing telemedicine. I curate unique vintage finds and artisan apparel, I corrected softly. From independent designers, dresses, accessories, custom pieces. It's a niche marketplace. Right? Like a fancier eBay for thrift store vibes. Sophia chuckled, glancing at our parents for backup. They obliged with polite laughs. Look, no shade.
Eminência.
It's cool you have a hobby that pays the bills. Keeps you busy. But don't kid yourself. It's not in the same stratosphere as what I'm doing. I'm transforming healthcare access for millions. You're peddling retro blouses. Dad nodded sagely. Sophia's spot on. What she's created is groundbreaking AI algorithms, hospital partnerships, Series C funding from heavy hitters. That's impact. That's real entrepreneurship. Your online store is sweet. Honey, Mom added, her voice dripping with that condescending warmth she reserved for my projects. But it's more of a boutique thing, not a game changer. I sliced into my steak, chewing deliberately as I weighed my words. I could have shut it down right then, spilled the beans. But a twisted curiosity held me back, the same one that had kept my lips sealed for years. I wanted to see how deep they'd dig this hole. I'm content with my path, I said evenly. That's the issue, Sophia leaned in, her eyes glassy from the booze but sharp with judgment. You're too content. Too settled. You're 32. Emma, when are you going to chase something bigger? Stop coasting. I'm not coasting. From my view, living in that rent-stabilized walk-up in Brooklyn, tooling around in your beat-up Honda from college, scraping by on what? Maybe $60K a year from your site? $80K tops. Something like that, I replied, which was true if you lopped off a few zeros.
See?
Meanwhile, my company's poised for a billion-dollar exit. My shares alone, at least $250 million post-IPO. She shook her head, that pitying gaze locking on. It's kinda tragic. We had the same start, same schools, same support. But you played it safe. You aimed low. I aimed for what fulfills me. Fulfillment doesn't build empires, Dad interjected. Sophia gets that. She's grinding 18-hour days, making sacrifices. That's what winners do. The subtext hit like a slap. Sophia was the winner. I was the also-ran. Her IPO was the pinnacle. My shop was a punchline. Roadshows in full swing, Sophia plowed on. New York, LA, Chicago, pitching to pension funds, hedge guys. This is 7 years of blood,
Sweat.
and no sleep paying off. Not settling for content. Let's raise a glass, Mom suggested, her wine swirling. To Sophia's monumental achievement. We clinked. But I noted the toast was singular. No nod to both daughters. Just the star. You know what you should do.
Aim.
Sophia said post-sip. Sell that site. Cash out whatever it's worth, probably peanuts.
But hey,
Domain and email list might fetch something. Then get a proper job. I could hook you up. Post-IPO. We're ramping up ops. Entry-level coordinator role. Say $55K starting. What a generous idea. Mom gushed. Emma.
think about it.
Working at Sophia's firm? Golden ticket. Entry-level. I echoed. Measured. Gotta start somewhere. Sophia shrugged. I know you're used to slacking off. Setting your own schedule. But corporate life means structure. 9 to 5. Bosses. KPIs. It'd whip you into shape. Thanks for the offer. Don't dismiss it, Dad urged. Sophia's throwing you a lifeline. Pride can blind you to opportunities. Pride's not the issue. Dad. Isn't it? Sophia tilted her head. That superior smirk returning. I think you're ashamed your gig's a flop. So you're clinging to it. But owning your limits? That's growth. You dabbled in business. It's cute. But it's not legit. Time to pivot. Soph. Ease up, Mom said, but her eyes sparkled with agreement. Just being straight, Sophia slurred slightly now. Emma's been entrepreneuring for what? For years? 5? What's the payoff? A Shopify store? Some stock? A few loyal buyers? Hobby territory?
Me?
250 employees. $35 million ARR. Backing from Kleiner Perkins and Benchmark. Spot the gap. I spot it, I murmured. Do you? 'Cause I'm doubting it. The divide?
Drive.
I spotted a healthcare void and filled it. Hustled while you flipped vintage teas. Sophia. Watch the tone. Dad mild. But ineffective. Sorry. But it's frustrating. Emma could have been a contender. Smart. Berkeley grad in comp sci. But she bailed. Launched this Etsy knockoff and called it a win. Now she's 32 with zilch. I have plenty. Like what? Your URL?
Bravo.
I have AI patents. A cap table with rock stars like Mark Andreessen. You? I could have countered. But I let her rant, probing the depths of her disdain. Pride won't fund retirement.
Eminencia.
Legacy comes from scaling. From IPOs that shift industries. Your store? Footnote at best. Mom patted my hand. We just want security for you.
Dear.
Sophia's set for life post-IPO. We fret about you. What if the site tanks? At 50. Still hawking handbags. I'll manage. Mom. Will you? Dad pressed. No spouse. No kids. No nest egg we know of. Plan ahead. I do. Then take softs gig. Benefits. 401k.
Equity.
Real future. Sophia nodded. Her concern feigned. I'm legit offering.
Iminência.
Bottom rung. Sure. Can't nepotism your way up. But grind. And in years, manager track. Versus peddling pre-loved junk. I set my fork down. Quick question.
Soft.
IPOs in a month.
Right?
JP Morgan lead.
Yeah. Why?
And valuation 750 mil target? Could spike.
Inc.
What's your angle? Just admiring your hustle. I smiled faintly. Dinner dragged on, Sophia monologuing about algorithms, market fit, moats. Parents rapped. I picked at my plate. Silent. By 9 p.m., I hugged goodbyes. Sophia walked me out. I meant the job thing. I know I was blunt, but I want to lift you up. Your family. Hate seeing you scrape by. Not scraping. 32. Flipping clothes online? That's rough. Even if you deny it. She squeezed my arm. Take it. Let me guide you to real wins. I'll mull it.
Lie.
I drove my old Honda back to Brooklyn, replaying the barbs, the dismissals, the narrative they'd woven, me as the underachiever needing rescue. Peaceful. Almost. They'd shown their true colors. The next morning, sunlight filtered through my apartment's bay windows, casting shadows across my dual monitors in the spare room I'd turned into command central. Coffee steamed beside me as I scanned analytics, user growth up 12% quarter-over-quarter. My phone buzzed, unknown New York area code. Emma Hale speaking. MS.
Hale.
This is Laura Kensington from JP Morgan. Sorry for the early ring. Do you have a moment for a pressing issue?
Sure.
It concerns the IPO for Vital AI Health, your sister's venture. I'm the VP overseeing it. During diligence, we've flagged something critical. I waited. Pulse steady. Paradox. You hold a major equity position in Vital AI. Quite substantial.
Do I?
Neutral tone. Yes. 28%, valuing around $210 million at our floor price.
But
Your sister appears unaware or unwilling to acknowledge this fully. She's positioned herself as sole founder and controlling shareholder. Curious. MS.
Hale.
Bluntly, we can't advance without your sign-off on key filings. As a top holder, SEC mandates your disclosure. Bio in the S1. Lockup agreement the lot. I see. Also, the 180-day post-IPO sale restriction applies.
Standard.
But needs your ink. MS. Kensington. Did Sophia mention me at all?
Pause.
She noted a sibling. Not the stake. And my occupation? She described a small e-commerce side hustle, vintage items. I believe. Spot on. Anything else? Nothing noteworthy. MS.
Hale.
Cards on table. Sophia seemed shocked we needed your involvement. She's with her execs now. Scrambling. Without you. This tanks. I gazed out at the bustling street below. Sophia approached me 6 years back with her pitch deck. Fresh off consulting. Needed seed. I fronted $1.8 million for 55% initially. 55%. Diluted to 28% through rounds. Fine by me. Growth demanded capital. And co-founder status? Original filings. But she prefers the solo narrative. I'm hands-off. Hands-off with $210 million exposure. Laura's voice careful. Will you greenlight this? Under conditions. Name them. 1. Prospectus truths me as co-founder and seed provider. Not minor player. Required anyway. 2. Board seat post-float. Feasible for your holding. 3. Ironclad anti-dilution. No buyout ploys. Standard safeguards. 4. Invite to next board call, where she explains the oversight. Quiet beat. Family friction? We're peachy. She job offered me last night. Junior ops role.
Ah.
Context noted.
Docs incoming.
But heads up, she'll call. She needs you bad. She'll cope. We disconnected. Back to my dashboards. The little store was facade for my broader platform. A vintage and artisan e-marketplace spanning 10 states. 12 million users. $280 million revenue last fiscal. But family? Clueless by design. Phone rang at 11:15, Sophia. I let it chime thrice. Hey.
Emma.
We gotta talk. Strained. About. Vital AI. The IPO. Did JP Morgan call? Yep. And they laid it out? Mentioned shares. Why didn't you warn me? Assumed cap table clued them. You know what I mean. Why spring this? Not springing. I'm co-founder. Big holder. Co-founder. Bitter. Emma. Align stories. Bankers probing. Lawyers too. Team with me. What narrative? Truth. You seeded early. I built it. Passive investor. Early seed. $1.80 mil. My full savings from prior exit. Prior. What?
Confused.
Not your site.
No.
My first venture. Sold at 26 for $7 million. App dev platform I coded post-college. Silence. Heavy. What are you saying? You never inquired. Soft. Needed funds. I had 'em. You figured lotto or inheritance.
Took it.
No questions. But you sell old clothes. Soaps. I run Vintage Vault Collective, a premium resale and artisan hub. Part of my ecosystem in 10 states, 12 mil users. $280 mil revenue.
Impossible.
Very possible. Built over 8 years. Low-key by choice, no spotlight. $280 million?
Dazed.
Projected 310 this year. Turned down Walmart buyout offers. Love independence. But your Honda. Reliable. That dumpy flat. Own the brownstone. Investment. Rent units for flow. She choked a laugh sob. You let us mock you. Never corrected assumptions. Why? Test. Kindness or cruelty sans success glow. You picked cruelty. Parents too. Emma.
Sorry.
Didn't know. Didn't care to. Wanted superiority. Your flop boosted my shine. Bingo. Now you hold cards. No sign-off. No IPO. No $250 mil windfall. Please. I'll sign. Not vindictive like you. But, recall dinner digs. My hobby, needing discipline, choosing small. Remember. Then reflect on who spews that to kin. Drunk slip. Booze truths.
Sobs now.
What do you want?
Nada.
Sign cuz right. Invested for your win. But no apology chase. I see you clear.
Click.
Parents called next, ignored. Docs arrived. My attorney vetted. Signed. Returned pronto. Laura confirmed. Appreciated discretion. Family mess.
Ah.
Simple. Really. The IPO launched 3 weeks later. On schedule. Vital AI Health debuted at $38 a share. Surging to $52 by close. $950 million valuation. Sophia's cut. $320 million. Mine. $266 million. I skipped NASDAQ festivities. Streaming from my setup while prepping Asia launch decks. Sophia glowed on screen. Team toasting. Bells ringing. No shout out to the absent co-founder. The seed sower. Fine, visibility wasn't my jam. A week post-float. Sophia texted, coffee? Ignored. Then doorbell her. Fidgeting on my stoop. I watched from above. Then descended.
Eat.
Tired eyes. Talk. Little left. Loads. We sat on steps. Jealousy ate me. Quiet. You always aced effortless ideas.
Charm.
I grinded for scraps, grades, jobs, wins. You floated, not floated. Hustled unseen. See now.
Tears.
When JP Morgan said 28%. Thought error. Then seed story, $1.8 mil puzzle. Should have asked years ago. Could've. Denied to hoard glory. Wanted solo tale. No. Now truth's out. S1. Press. Co-founded with sister Emma. Seed backer. Questions fly. I blank 'cause I don't know you. Silence. Traffic hum. Board wants you next meet. Your input.
No vision push.
Your baby. More than investor. Voice matters. Don't crave it. Why help after my crap? Sisterhood. Don't need your dim for my light.
Flinch.
That's me, needed your shadow. Yes.
Sorry.
Emma. Dinner venom. Assumptions. Cruelty. No. Forgive.
Pause.
Maybe time.
Not now.
How fix. Evolve. Kindness. Drop superiority.
Nod.
Eyes wiped. Parents ache too. Should. She rose. I'll improve. Be the sister deserved. We'll see. Upstairs. Back to metrics. Record quarter. Asia Beta smashing targets. Peace in the grind. No fanfare needed. Parents emailed. Lunch? Celebrate you? Understand business? Reply days later. Busy. Maybe soon. Truth, my empire. Vintage vault. Valued north of $2 billion privately. Quiet build.
No validation hand.
IPO cash. Expansion fuel. But core unchanged. Self-made. Serene. Months ticked. Board invite came. Joined virtually. Sophia presented. Eyes darting to my tile. Emma's input? Carry on. Post call. Her. Thanks. Progress? Slow thaw. Texts. Calls. Family dinner invite. Neutral ground. Accepted. Curious. Table set elegant. Steak perfect this time. Emma. Tell us everything. Mom eager. How'd you build this? Recounted. College app idea. Bootstrap to $7 mil exit. Seed Sophia. Pivot to vintage platform. Growth stealthy. Why hide? Dad. Didn't. You assumed. Sophia. Our fault. Blind. Tension eased.
Look tentative.
But scars lingered. Trust rebuilt brick by brick. As seasons shifted, relations mended unevenly. Sophia's post-IPO glow faded into boardroom battles.
Scrutiny.
She leaned on me, advice texts, scaling tips. Shared selectively. My launch into Europe hit hurdles, reg tweaks. Supply chains, but revenue climbed to $350 million. Turned down another acquirer. eBay sniffing. Family retreat in the Hamptons. Test. Beaches. Barbecues. Sophia pulled me aside. Grateful you signed. Changed everything. Mutual win. But I erased you. Past.
Not.
Therapy's helping. Jealous roots from childhood. Shared vulnerabilities. Her pressure. My independence. Bond strengthened. Fragile. Parents adapted. Pride posts about both daughters' empires. Annoying, but progress. Dinner convos balanced. My updates equal airtime.
Yet.
Undercurrents. Occasional slips. Like mom's, Sophia's the public face. Gentle corrections. We're both faces. Different stages. Vital AI hit snags. Competitors suit over AI patents. Board call. My vote pivotal. Sided settlement, pragmatic. Sophia grateful, saved us. Power dynamic shifted. She deferred more. My IPO prep rant, targeting $2.5 billion valuation. Quiet consults with banks, irony not lost. Holiday gathering, full circle. Turkey carved, wine poured moderate. Toasts to all. Sophia. To Emma, silent force.
Clinks genuine.
But in quiet moments. Reflections, cruelties sting. Assumptions cost. Forgiveness? Evolving. Peace in authenticity. Years blurred. My IPO came. Understated. Vintage vault listed at $45. Closed $62. $2.8 billion cap. Streamed bell from home office.
Solo champagne.
Press dubbed me stealth mogul. Sophia attended virtually. Proud sis. Family flew in post. Awkward hugs. Genuine awe. Underestimated you, Dad admitted. Lesson learned. Relations stabilized. Joint ventures floated. Collaborations. Sophia's firm matured. We co-invested in startups. But core lesson endured. Success isn't comparative. Mine? Quiet empire.
Fulfillement sans spotlight.
Hers? Flashy wins. Validation chase. Both valid. But mine brought peace. In the end, what lingers? Not the billions, but the revelations echo, how assumptions fracture bonds. How silence tests character. Would I hide again? Maybe.
But now.
With scars healed, I ponder, true legacy isn't valuations, but kindness in the face of cruelty. And in that, I found my real wealth.